Then that's verse 8.
Okay. Goliath stood and shouted to the ranks of Israel, "Why do you come out and line up for battle? And am I not a Philistine? And are you not the servants of Saul? Choose a man and have him come down to me. If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us." Then the Philistine said,
You don't have to say
that part. You say, you are the Philistines. You are the Philistines.
I'm narrating myself, okay? This day I defy the ranks of Israel. Give me a man. And let us fight each other.
When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistines, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons. And the man went among men, for an old man in the days of Saul. And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab the firstborn, and the next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shema. And David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening, and presented himself 40 days.
David!
You're already old. You don't need to ask. I'm right here.
Oh, yeah!
Here's blind. It's hard to see.
Would you please take this bushel of grain to your brothers and these 10 loaves of bread, and go to the camp and carry these 10...
That's how old guys work.
That's 5. Okay, let me put it over here. Cheeses to the captain of their 10,000, and see how your brothers are faring. And please, would you please bring back news of them?
Verse 17. No, that was verse 18 with the cheese.
19?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Yeah, you're still 19. They are with Saul and all.
Just be like, they left!
They left to be with Saul.
Okay, well,
Losers!
hey, Saul, they're over there in that valley of Elah fighting the Philistines, okay?
And David rose up early in the morning, and he left the sheep with the keeper, and took and went as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army.
That's a lot like Clash of Clans.
And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And he talked with them. And behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words. And David heard them. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him, and were so afraid.
Would you? Oh, 25.
Oh, I can kick back until 20 years.
Right.
Did you see how this man keep coming out? He come out to defend Israel. The king will give great wealth to the man who killed him. He will also give him his daughter in marriage, and will exempt his father's family from taxes in Israel.
What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes the disgrace from Israel?
Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?
This is what will be done for the man who killed him.
So you, brother?
No, I got verse 20. And Eliab, his oldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men. And Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, is this so? Okay. Yeah. Why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down so that thou mightest see the battle.
Okay, David. You're 29.
No, what have I done? Can't I even speak?
Narrator. Well, that was fast. Oh my.
I have a short mind.
And he turned from him. Wait, okay.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. And he turned from him toward another, then spake after the same manner. And the people answered him again in the former manner. And when the words were heard which... Well, that's... Okay.
Yes.
And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for them.
I'm Saul.
Hi, Saul.
Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him.
You are not able to go out against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth.
Your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued it, the sheep from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by the hair, struck it, and killed it. Your servant has killed both the lion and the bear. This certain Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine.
Go, and the Lord be with you.
Long live the king.
And Saul armed David with his armor, and he puts a helmet of brass upon his head. And also he armed him with a coat of mail.
Jesse, you're not even supposed to be there. I'm helping. Jesse's at home dying.
I cannot go in these.
Oh,
This is the Philistines'
I'm not used to them.
Wait, she shot you? And he took his staff in his hand, and he chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook.
It's not the Philistines.
Whatever. Out of the brook, and he put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip, and his sling was in his hand. And he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David. And the man that bare the shield went before him.
Who's the shield bearer?
Garrett. No.
This posting card is the shield bearer. And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods.
Philistines.
Oh.
Come to me.
Okay.
Number 44.
No, it's 43.
No,
You're
44.
No, you're 44.
It's 43.
Oh wait, no, yeah, she's 43. I messed up.
I know. It's me.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Am I a dog? Wait. Am I a dog that you came at me with the sticks? And come here.
Come here.
And I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field. The safety was on there, so we didn't die.
Okay, David.
You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against... What?
Anyways, go.
Okay. Well, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will hand you over to the Philistine army, to the birds of the air, and the beasts of the earth, and the whole world will know.
The Philistine, and David put his hand in his bag, and took thence a stone, and sling it, and smote the Philistine in the forehead.
How do you know?
That the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth.
Ow!
And so David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone,
I do not laugh.
and smote the Philistine, and slew him.
I'm already dead.
But there was no sword in his hand.
Plot twist.
Therefore David ran, and stood upon the Philistine, and took his sword,
No, wait.
drew it out of the sheath thereof, and slew him, and cut off his head therewith. And when the Philistines saw the champion was dead, they fled.
Pretend like you're holding a head.
And the men of Israel and Judah arose and shouted,
Have her crawl with you.
and they pursued the Philistines until thou comest to the valley and to the gates of Ekron. And the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way of Sha'arim, even unto Gath and unto Ekron. And the children of Israel returned from the chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem. But he put his armor in his tent. And when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine, he said unto Abner, the captain of the host, Abner, whose son is this? What does it say on verse 55?
She has a star.
Oh, she has a star. I do apologize, Saul.
Okay.
Sorry.
Abner, whose son is that young man? Whoever Abner is.
I am the son of your servant Jesse
No,
of
don't say it.
Bethlehem. We're not? Who are you?
And as David,
Abner, why are you over there?
Hey, Bam, where are you going?
guys, listen.
Okay, find out whose son this young man is.
And as David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, Abner took him and brought him before Saul with the head of the Philistine in his hand.
Come on, Philistine. Whose son are you, young man?
I am the son of your servant Jesse of Bethlehem.
The old man.
AKA Felicia. And goodbye.
You're dead.
Plot twist.
Plot twist, the face of Medusa.